Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction or read-through for Tower of God, Urek Mazino, chapters 33, at least 34. I want to do at least two of them, maybe three if they end up not being that long, but for Tower of God, the chapters are kind of long sometimes. The chapters sometimes are really long, plus I want to discuss things. I thought that going back into things last week was really good because I still think there are some issues with that one, the last test that we ended on. But then we entered into something that I thought was really good, really creative, and a really good way to write Urek, who's like way too strong to compete with the actual regulars, where he's really competing with the test proctors, where they're trying to rig things to screw the actual real regulars, and he's trying to even the playing field so that the regulars can pass, and I guess the ones that do pass will end up as his teammates. So as far as, the light bearers go, I guess he's only going to have Berber, which is kind of sad because we didn't really get to see too much of the others, but we ended with him about to take his own test with the fishermen. So I'd like at least Aru to continue on with him, maybe the princess as well. Obviously the princess is going to continue with him, but I don't really care about her that much. I guess the rest of the fisherman characters, I don't really think I'm attached to any of the others, like the fox mask guy or the guy in the vest. I think they could just go and we're fine. As much as I wanted to learn more about all of the regulars, it's not like we learned everything about all the regulars back in usual the main story season 1. So I think it's fine. I just hope that, some of the ones that stand out more get to hang around and move on into the future and all. But I thought that was a creative, fun way to do things, and it feels nice coming back to Tower of God after taking a little bit of a break. I think in general for series, I just need to take a break from anything, no matter how much I'm loving it, every once in a while, just to let things build up and then be able to come back to it with the excitement of coming back to something that I haven't done in a while. Because once you're in the week to week, you kind of, I don't know, forget your appreciation or lose your appreciation sometimes. And of course, for me, like, watching things and reading things that I don't do for YouTube, and, watching and reading things before doing YouTube, there were plenty of times when I would just, take a couple months off and then get to marathon read when it comes to One Piece or when it came to Tower of God, because I was reading both of those like years before I started doing them on YouTube. So I think taking a break is good every once in a while. It still doesn't change like my negative opinions on some things, but I do think that, I don't know, it's just exciting getting to come back and getting to know that there's so much stuff out there ahead of me that I can just marathon. But with that aside, let's just start reading chapter 33 this time around. And like I said, depending on how long they are, I'll do at least 2 here, if not more than 2. If I finished with this early enough, I wanted to record Ichi the Witch too, though. So maybe I can just record that tomorrow if I end up wanting to go for like an hour again this time. But we'll see how it ends up. I don't want to overdo it either. We're only like 8 chapters behind, I think. I think chapter 40 just came out. So we have episode 33, Leave It to Me. And we really ended, with the Mago's Castle stuff. I totally forgot about that. I was just thinking about the Urek stuff and about to start his fisherman test. But the last scene we saw was this one coon character listening to heartbeats. Let's do a quick sound check. A sad ballad. Hardcore. And then, what kind of melody is her heart beating to? It's like nothing I've ever heard before. I happen to be a test director. We've got, Leo, I think it was. I almost said Neo. But I'd say it's only fair that you, the intruder, reveal your identity first. A test director who seizes the site by force and is clearly plotting something. Looks like a lot has changed since I entered the tower. Indeed, things have changed. If you can't keep up, then get lost. We have a kukri knife? You've got some nerve. That's cool. I like seeing some unique weapons come out. Though if swords aren't commonly used in the tower because of the resistance on them, I would think that the knife is maybe an even worse choice. Then again, since it's shorter, it might not have as much dragon resistance as a sword, which would be longer. He deflects the spear. And they start to clash weapons. Okay. Want to make a bet? The one who gets stabbed first must reveal their identity. I'm afraid I must decline. You see, I already have some idea of who you are. Is that so? Yes. For starters, you're clearly from the Kun family. Wow, you're a genius. That's a really good panel. Yeah, no, anyone can guess that. Just look at my hair and eyes. That's exactly the problem with you people. Why are you so desperate to show everyone that you're so special? That disgusting sense of entitlement is what drives so many regulars to despair. They're still clashing weapons? What are you talking about? This is simply the life I was born into. Am I wrong just for being born? Squeak, squeak. And Asa. He's powerful, astonishingly so. He must be the ruler of this floor. What happened to him? This isn't at all what I heard about him. I heard you were assigned here with the government's trust. Why are you helping those scoundrels? It's all because of you, rats, of course. What? How dare you dirty rats swarm here to steal my precious flower? And again, he's just gone completely insane over Mago. This one, he's dangerous. He's completely out of control. And it looks like he's actually doing damage to Masheni? No. There's no way I can beat him in a battle of skills. The only thing I can count on is that he's not thinking straight, and that he still hasn't noticed Slim Man? We have Slim Man? Because of those two factors, I might still be able to beat him, though the odds are razor thin. A stroke of luck, I must say. Nowadays, the most experienced high rankers decompress, hardly ever step into battle. This is a rare opportunity, and although it's small, having a chance to win against one is even rarer. This is a bit of luck I'll have to stake my life on. Okay, so she keeps herself compressed into her, more child-looking regular form. Okay. That's neat, and I like that this is consistent with her character of wanting to fight against and test herself against others, just not having the opportunity to because of her role as a princess. Gra, what are you doing? Now show your true self, rat. So what? If I'm risking my life, what if I'm risking my life? For most, even risking your life wouldn't bring a chance like this. This is where. Slimman, activate as soon as I give you the signal. Got it. I take down the ruler of the floor of tests. Then in the blink of an eye, I can become a high ranker. Okay, so this is cool. This is then Ranker Masheni, who still hasn't earned a high enough rank to be high ranker. And we're back to Flying Fish Spear skill. We're now using the Flying Fish style with Marco Asensio. The spearhead broke off. Here it comes. And he's still doing a great job of dealing with that. These fights have been really well done so far. You blocked all my attacks, even after I switched modes out of nowhere. Oh please, as if it was hard. If there's one thing that hasn't changed here, it's that the position of head test director on the floor of tests is reserved for the best of the best. You're a funny one. And now we're back to Asa, that face, Asa and Masheni. Masheni just looks so odd being in the same outfit, but larger. Masheni style lightning spear technique. Spear of lightning. And I wonder, is that just a translation to Spear of Lightning, or is it... I mean, I guess Espada de la Luz wouldn't be Spear of Lightning, so... I guess this is like pre-Spanish attack names. She charges in after using that to distract him, and they start clashing weapons again. And then she backs off again, creating distance. Machete style lightning spear technique. Deadly lightning. And I think we've seen that one before. I mean, obviously we've seen them use lightning spears, but I think deadly lightning is something that we saw named before. Now, you're really getting on my nerves, you rat. Quickly switching between close range and long range combat. Yeah, it's cool. We saw her do that multiple times, like use the spear to stop him from moving, like to make him have to deal with that attack, and then get in close, and then create distance again and use deadly lightning, and now she's back in close again. Quickly switching between close range and long range combat is one of Machete's specialties, and I like that too because it fits in with how we see Ron fight, except Ron sort of, uses it as teamwork in conjunction with Novik or other teammates. That way, her opponent loses all sense of distance and has no choice but to focus on defense. And again, yeah, she's doing it again, create distance, but like make him have to deal with a long-range attack before moving again. As her attacks grow in intensity, along with his irritation, I'm better able to hear, squeak squeak, the sound of his heart. And as his heartbeat becomes imprinted in my ears, my spear draws nearer to his heart. My spear is an invisible sniper that hunts its opponent from afar. Soon that spear, squeak squeak, will stab him in the heart. This is a really cool ability. Again, I like creative Shinsu abilities rather than just, Tower of Beams. It's really cool when we get to see creative abilities. He's closing in. If I don't get him now, I'll be the one going down. And I like, too, how we're really hyping up how strong and capable Asa is. Slimman, everything's ready to go. Alright, Machete-style lightning spear technique. She thrusts, Sword of Light. So again, I wonder, is this Sword of Light in Korean? Or was this Espada de la Luz? Yeah, haha. That's not gonna work on me. I guess I could go check between chapters really quick, since we're close to the end. And we have Slimman Spear. Stop right there. It hits. And then we got him. He's gonna get nailed by the Sword of Light. Counter Hope. Right, hold on. Counter, I am forgetting what exactly Mago's powers were. Weren't the powers to make the opposite of what you want to happen? I forget what it was. Like, if Mago's at the island and you want to get to the island, then you don't go to the island? And I forget what happened with Urek, but it's something like that. I forget exactly what happened. But it seems like the damage is going to Marco Asensio. What? And it seems like the damage was reversed off of Asa and is now going to... Is this why we haven't seen Slimman in the present time? Did he heart spear himself and die? If so, he was really cool. That was a really cool ability. But that's also really funny. What was that? I was struck by my own attack. Okay, so all three of them were hit by their own attacks then. That was me. I can counter your hope and turn it into despair. I have no idea what you're talking about. Machete. Leo, Asa, I don't care what you do with small fries. Kill them, throw them out, just make it clean. Our only goal is Urek Mazino. The rest don't matter. Now prepare for his arrival. Test site for fishermen. Before we continue, I just want to say those fights were really, really good. And I think this was a really good way to use the Kun characters that we already know. I felt like we didn't need them here when they're characters that we've already given a chance to shine to, but to use them to build these other characters is good. Asa seemed like a legitimate threat, but was just outplayed, which made Macheni and Slemman look really good, and Marco Asensio looked great in that fight, but it made Leo look good being able to keep up with him, even though Marco Asensio was going to get the win there in the end. But then it makes Mago look incredibly powerful to reverse all of their abilities onto themselves, which may have killed Slemman, which again, if that happens, I am cool with. I thought that Slemman was a cool character, a good new Kun family member, but if this is an actual death for him, I think that that's really cool. Introduce this cool looking character with a cool looking ability, but then kill them off to hype up Mago even more. So I think all of the Kun characters looked really, really good here. The people that they were fighting looked competent and good, and it makes Mago just look broken and OP and really hypes up Mago. So I think that this did a really, like, not only were the fights good, but I think that all of the characters came out of it looking strong. All of the characters look good coming out of this, except you could argue, Slemman doesn't come out of it so well, being dead and all, but Slemman looked, good, powerful, competent. It's just that when you get your spear, like, you were going to kill a ruler of a floor. That is an incredible feat. The only reason you didn't kill the ruler of a floor is because of Mago reversing your ability. So it makes Slemman look really cool. Cool enough to assassinate a floor ruler. But, people with OP powers sometimes just get taken out. And now that OP power isn't in the story anymore. So I thought that was really good, actually. Now, prepare for his arrival. Test site for fishermen. That's the end of the match. Darn it, he's way too strong. The winner is, hey, good match, Mazino. Her Highness and Mazino have qualified for the next test. Now, the only thing remaining on this floor is the final test. Okay, so it seems like Aru is out, which is sad. That's kind of a bummer that we just write her out like that. We don't even get to see her compete after she's been a part of this. But it makes me wonder, was his name Gogo Jung? I can't remember the glasses guy. If Aru's out, is he going to be out too? Or wait, he gets to automatically pass because of, he got to automatically pass, right? So he automatically passed. We have these two moving on for the fishermen. We've got the girl that was I'm forgetting her name, the girl that was introduced last time, and Evelyn passing for scouts. We've got Berber passing for a light bearer. We don't know wave controller, but we could assume Neo, I guess. And then that just leaves spear bearer, where we would need, sadly Princess's teammate might just get off screen too, and sadly we might not have Bichon carrying on with us. You would want, or at least I would want, the people passing to be Lou, who honestly, I don't really care about Lou. He could fail. Like, he's obviously not going to. He's obviously going to carry on in the story. He's a little boring. I don't care that much. But then, obviously, Rohan you would want to pass. But even Rohan could get taken out because of injury and not pass because of the injury and stuff, and have to stay behind, which would suck. But I want Bichon to carry on. I would like more Bichon. Again, if it does just end up being like Urek's team, the Princess, Evelyn, and Lou or Rue or whatever, if it does just end up being them, then I'm like, why carry Berber along with us, but not some of these other characters? Then I will feel like, I didn't really need Berber here. So hopefully Bichon can make it. Maybe the Princess's sniper teammate can make it. But it seems like we're really narrowing down the cast for the final test. So we don't know. We didn't see. They say the only thing remaining is the final test. We don't know what happened with the wave controller test. It might have just happened off screen. and then the spear bearer test was delayed. So we don't know what's up with that either. Later that night, Urek's team quarters. Alright, looks like we're all here. First of all, congratulations on passing your position tests. Okay, as to why I gathered you here, so hold on. Blonde guy is here too, so maybe people passed other than the ones that we got to see pass. Because blonde guy was a fisherman, yeah? So we have confirmation that Urek and... Or maybe does Gokujung's whole team pass with him? And was the blonde guy his teammate, blonde guy and Aru, so maybe they got a free pass? Not 100% sure. We'll see in more panels, I assume. As to why I gathered you here, I want to tell you about the enemies we'll face in the final test, as well as our current situation. Okay, Rohan's there. He's back up. He's healed. Oh, I'll also explain what Ru is. But first of all, so it is Ru. After I said Ru, I was like, that does sound more familiar than Lube. Lou, I was getting his name wrong. But first of all, the foe we'll have to face in the final test is named Mago. That woman has already devoured several planets. Basically, she's the nastiest bitch in the universe. Way to hype her up. Planets? Universe? Right! That's so funny, because they're in the... They're in the tower. Urek's just talking about, like, planets and universe, and they don't get it. They've been in the tower. You see, there's only one way to defeat her. Don't get in my way. Okay, so Aru is here, so I guess maybe Gokujung's whole team got the free pass when he passed? Right, that's right, because Aru was celebrating, and everybody else was like, what the fuck, man? Why are you celebrating? Whatever happens, just trust me. And stay out of my way. Then we win, no problem. Alright, so it seems like the ones I listed off, we don't see Bichon here, but we do see Rohan. So it is questionable if Bichon made it, and it's questionable if the princess's teammate made it. They might just be gone. Because they are not here for the meeting. But then again, there are other characters, like the princess wasn't shown here, I don't think, and Rohan was just kind of vaguely in one of the corners. So we might not have seen everybody here. But I thought that was a really good chapter. The stuff at the end is good, and I thought the fights were really good. And like I said, when I did kind of a mini review at the end of that, I like that all of the characters I thought looked good in that. All of them were well written. And again, all of them come out of it looking like good, well-written characters through the fight. But I think it is still good. It is still well-written if Slemman is dead. But I guess you could say, I think he comes out of it looking good, looking well-written. But he also comes out of it dead. So, you know, I think it's a well-written death if he's dead, though. But either way, like I said, I would do at least 2. So let's go read chapter 34. And between chapters, I will go look up the Korean and see what was up with the attack name. So yeah, really quick, that is not Espada de la Luz. That's like, I haven't read Korean in a long time, so I am struggling, but I think it's Gwangmyeong-wi. So I guess Gwangmyeong-wi might be lightning, and then that's Gom, which is sword. So, it is definitely at least sword in Korean, and I guess Gwangmyeong-wi is lightning, so lightning sword. At least I think that's what it says. Again, it's been a while since I read anything in Korean, so yeah, double checking is not a Spanish name. At this point, reading the first chapter of this has taken long enough that I think I'm just going to record Ichi the Witch tomorrow and give Tower of God more time today, so I'll probably... You know, it depends on how long this one is, but I might do 35 as well. I might go for 3 chapters. So either way, let's read and talk about 34. We're starting off with the title splash, The Family's Reinforcements. Okay, hold on. So we're going to get more Coon Family then. Spoilers in the title. That is... Bro is getting embarrassed with this panel, jeez. Phew, and I'm back. What is this? Some kind of spell? Every time I try to leave the passage, I end up right back here. I recommend you give up, and we have Heidi? You're only wasting your energy. I don't know what sort of system is at work here, but you can't go past it. That one's already tried and failed plenty of times. Okay, they're alive! That is good. We have Gisli, and I don't really care about Pedre, but Gisli is back. Also, I mentioned this before with one panel. Is it just me? Or maybe they just have assets sometimes that they use that aren't the highest of detail? For some reason, her, cloak looks kind of pixely to me today. But maybe that's just the brush they used for it. But Gisli's still alive. That's good. I liked Gisli. And also, very interesting, somebody else has probably already brought it up, but the red horns with the little segment things around them like the Zahard clones have. It's weird how it's like those, they could have just given her regular, red horns, but those are straight up the ones are on the back of Wang Lan's neck with the red segmented bits. It's weird that it's the exact same one. Here's another shot of them. It's really weird that it's the exact ones that Wang Lan has. Hey Heidi, why are you working with them anyway? You'll all be taken down the moment they find out. I have no other choice. I'm simply siding with my master. Yeah, it seems weird. Did they lock Heidi in here as well? She sided with them and attacked the other test directors, but she's still being held prisoner? I'm simply siding with my master. Your master? Yes, the ruler of this floor. You see, I used to work as a maid for his family. The weird guy with the yellow hair? Just ditch him. He's not in his right mind. Watch your tongue. You have no idea how incredible he used to be. But too much had changed by the time I found my way back to him. If only I could turn back time. I like that we are developing these characters further like this. The following day, the cruise. Alright. The hat. I can do this. Rohan. You feeling better now? As good as new. Yeah, you were just complaining that I poked you too hard. Anyway, good luck on your test today. I'll be rooting for both of you. Thanks, Urek. Thank you. Test site for spear bearers. Okay, so she isn't locked up. She still gets to act as the test director, like we saw before. Let me get this straight. You want us to hit that target from this distance. Exactly. Each of you will get 3 chances. You only need to hit the target once. Do this and you'll pass the test for spear bearers. You've got to be kidding. None of us have ever even hit 80, let alone 100. And we have... Okay, that's the sniper teammate, I think. Why do you insist on explaining to me how unskilled you are? As you climb the tower, you'll encounter countless competitors who can hit 100 without even trying. Plenty can hit 500 or even 1000. The floor of tests exists to determine whether you're qualified to continue climbing the tower. If not a single one of you can hit 100, that would mean that there's none among you who deserves to go on. And it seems like it's just these 3? Alright then, let's do this. Rohan, let's show her. We're perfectly qualified to move on to the next floor. We can do it. And I wonder, Urek interrupted or at least played a role in the others. I wonder if he'll get involved in this at all. We're all here for a good reason, aren't we? Keep your head up. We're going to prove our worth. Rohan. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, that's the spirit. Personally, there's no way I'm making it, thinks the sniper teammate. We can do this. Go team! And Urek's cheering them on from behind. Rohan, I believe in you. Destroy that target. What is he doing here? And they're coming short. You're out. Phew, I knew it. Okay, sniper teammate is done. May I use my gun? No. Next. Okay, so, again, really weird. Guns seem like a normal weapon for spear bearers, but you can't use it in the test. Seems kind of rigged. You got this, Rue. I believe in you. You're a special man chosen by your team and by the tower. Urek, Rohan, I can do this. I have to. This is the only way to break the curse. This one looks determined. Gah. He throws. Comes up short. No. No surprise there. Frankly, it's a mystery how he even managed to come this far with his skill level. I don't know how an ascetic managed to become a regular, but even if he somehow passes this test, the next one will definitely kill him. It's only for the best that he feels here. I'm doing this for their sakes. And this is, again, an interesting motive. Heidi doesn't seem like a bad person, and she wants to fail them to keep them from the danger that's coming in the next test. Please. Just a little further. Please. Why? Why? Rue, you can do it, Rue. We believe in you. Go break that target in half. Keep going. Give it your all. You're not planning on staying a maid forever, are you? So many more doors will open once you become a ranker. Okay, that's probably what she meant by the time I made it back to him. She probably went, became a regular, climbed the tower, and by the time she made it back as a ranker, Asa had changed. You've got talent. I know it. Don't give up. You can do it, Heidi. He was such an incredible man. And then Rue falls short again. The spear lands in front of her. Darn it. He still managed to throw it further than the one before. I can tell he's trying his very best. Just like I did. You can do it. That one definitely went further. For the people who believed in me. Surely, I'm doing the correct thing for him and his team, right? This is his last shot. If he could maybe, just maybe. And I can do this. Yeah, Rue. Go get it. You can do it. Go, go, go. You're the best spear bearer ever. They're hyping him up. He gets a running start. And the form just does not look very good. He tosses it. She's surprised. They are all surprised. We see the sky. The test is over. You all fail. Okay, so none of them passed it then. I'm sorry, Urek. I should have managed to pass. Now there's no other way to lift the curse on this floor. Okay, hold on. Is she going to switch sides and start kind of like working with them because she's loyal to Asa? It's alright. You tried your best. Now, just leave it to me. I'll take care of it. The issue is, according to the rules, at least one person must pass the test in each position. If any of you can compete against me and win, you'll be permitted to proceed to the next test. What kind of competition are we talking about? We have the sniper teammate back. It's simple. Throw your spear farther than I do, and you pass. Huh? However, if you fail, you'll have to jump off the edge and die. What? We can't even hit 100. How are we supposed to beat you? You just want us dead. If you don't want to do it, don't. I'll just write the final report and be done with it. I'll do it. Rue. I'd like to partake in the competition. Are you sure? If you can't beat me, you'll die. Yes. I'll die 1,000 times if I have to. No, you only get one chance. Okay, so I like this. It will probably be something where she lets them win, but the real test wasn't to throw farther. The real test was if they would take it, knowing that they die if they fail. I've seen countless people throw away their lives for unattainable goals, but this is different. This time I have a chance. If I'm going to risk my life, I'd like to do it for something that's actually possible. I'll do it too, but even if I end up being the only winner, let him pass the test. Rohan, when it comes to risking lives, 2's better than 1. Rohan, count me in then. I want to compete. We have Urek. You're not even a spear bearer. Even Rohan yelling. Fine. You may both compete. I will go last. Okay, so it seems like Sniper Teammate is just not competing then. Not bad for regulars. Now it's my turn. Remember, if I win, you both have to jump. She raises her spear and throws it back behind her. It comes crashing down behind. Looks like I lost. Again, the test was if they would take it. But why? Don't get too excited. You'll all perish in the final test anyway. That's simply the way the test is designed. So, don't blame me for not stopping you here. You all decided to risk your lives, did you not? Who says we're gonna die? we're definitely staying alive. And we're gonna lift the curse on this floor, too. Mazino, you are powerful, I admit. However, and I won't be alone, they're gonna make it too. Thanks to you letting them pass, they're all gonna move on to the next floor. So watch closely, and see who comes out on top in this game. Nonsense. When I see you in the final test, it will be as enemies. I knew something was off when I couldn't reach Her Highness. It's a good thing. I forgot. Hold on. I totally forgot the name of this chapter. We have not seen the family's reinforcements, have we? When I couldn't reach Her Highness. It's a good thing I infiltrated their base in advance. I've already set a location marker. So by tomorrow, and we see the Kun family symbol, the family's reinforcement should arrive. Okay, so she was working then with... So she infiltrated. She wasn't here all along. Okay, makes sense, like I said before. And she was helping the Kun family. Okay, Father, I'll be there soon. Okay. Is this a translation issue? Because does this, like... Or is somebody just telling Edwan that they're going to support them soon? Because it sounds weird. I was like, is this, Macheni wouldn't be somebody's father. Is this gonna be like Marco Asensio's kid or something? Why father? But presumably it's somebody talking to Edwan. So should it be that it's from father saying, I'll be there soon? Like, should, instead of a comma, should that be a colon or something? If Edwan's coming? Or should it be like somebody telling Edwan that they're going to support the others? Either way, though, I will do one more. Like I said, I would. I think it's, it's good to do one more. Like I said, I have time. That was only 13 minutes. And I'm going to just, give it time to breathe. Give me time to just chill and take my time recording and discuss stuff. So yeah, I wanna do some more. And if we're about to start the next test, I don't know if we'll go straight into it or if we'll have more like between test stuff. Maybe I can read one more and we'll get the explanation for what the test is, and that would be a good place to end. So then we get hyped up, we know what the test is, and next time I read, we can start doing the actual test. Or maybe it'll just be more between test stuff, which is really fun. So I'd like to read more of that anyway. Either way, let's keep going. I guess I feel like if more characters show up, though, like, there's a limit to how many Kun characters we know that would be, like, rankers and be around back then. So it might be new characters for us. I mean, the only one else that's popping into my head is the other one that helped Macheni out at the nest, which was Kundevo Perez. That's the only one that's coming to mind right now. So we start off with basically... Every time the islanders' hope for salvation turns into despair, I get stronger, little by little. No wonder they call me evil. Who is that girl, anyway? Right, she appeared right after you woke up, my lady. She's been wandering around the castle ever since. Okay, more random mystery stuff? And she comes right back even if I kill her. Perhaps she's an error that manifested when you awakened. So is this like... the real Mago, or like part of the real Mago? Because if she showed up when Mago awakened, then she has to be like part of Mago or something, right? Or maybe like a manifestation of the opposite of what Mago is. Like all the hope was turning into despair, making her stronger. Maybe this is the manifestation of the hope. Okay, so maybe, perhaps she's an error that manifested when you awakened, just like us. An error? No, if there's an error here, it'd be me. That girl's been here far longer than I have. Is that not so? Leo. Yes, my lady? Just being evil isn't enough to face Urek. I need something even stronger than that. Then she starts flexing shining light abilities. Everyone looks over from the island now that the water has receded. I guess they're making their usual pilgrimage across. Behold my beautiful light. This is the salvation you've been seeking. Come to me. I have exactly what you desire. Run to me. And it's interesting too, I mean, we already brought it up with the theories that she was Urek's mom that turned out to not be true, but her having similar eye and hair color being another shining one is interesting. I don't know if they'll all be like that though. Run to me and die for me, again and again. And I feel like there's just a chance that Leo could turn. Like, I don't know if he's fully in on this. Or at least by the end if he'll be fully in on it. I don't think he's a good person from some of the things we've seen, but there is a chance that he will at least not be fully loyal to Mago. We have the final test part 1. Okay, so we're going to the final test. A few days later, the day of the final test. Got a little bit of a time skip. And they're going to the island with the castle. Hello, my dear regulars. Alright, we have a shot of everyone involved. We have pretty much who I said we would have, and it seems like Bichon is in fact gone. You've got the princess on her own, you've got Berber, which is like, I guess, just token light bearer, why even bother needing him. We've got Urek's team, we've got Gogo Jung's team, and we have, I forget her name already, who was a secret infiltrator for the Kun family. If she's a secret infiltrator for the Kun family, how does that work with her being here? But then again, there are plenty of other questions too. It's time for the final test. Pass this test, and you'll earn the honor of climbing the tower, so please give it your best. Since this is the final test, before I explain the rules, also, the fact that we're on the final test means we're probably not going to be here for that much longer. Like, depending on how the fights with the Kun family and the test directors and everything get resolved in Mago and all, it feels like whatever's going on with this Mago stuff, I wonder, again, please don't spoil me, if wherever people are in the scans, because I'm behind on the official and then the scans are even further, are we just out of this arc? Are we out of the floor of tests with the scans and just onto something new by now? And again, please don't spoil me on that. I am just, again, discussing what I'm seeing. Before I explain the rules, allow me to take you to the test site. Then they're getting transported. We see Mago. Mago? And there's all the bodies of the ascetics. Who is that? Look at that pile of corpses. That little. And why is she naked? Nice to meet you, regulars. My name is Mago, and I'm hiding somewhere within this castle. The goal of today's test is to get past the angels guarding the castle, and find me and kill me. Do that and the test will end, and you'll be allowed to move on. However, before we begin this little game, let me ask you something. You all came to this tower with a specific desire, did you not? I'd like to know what you hope to accomplish by climbing the tower, so tell me what it is that you're looking for. As a special gift, I will give the first person who speaks whatever they desire. Me! I love going first, and we have the blonde guy. Stop, don't say anything. That woman, she turns hope into despair, so they will get the opposite of whatever they want, I'm assuming. I want to become stronger. Please, help me get stronger. I said shut up. Hey, relax. She's probably just lying to us anyway. You moron. That's a bit vague, but sure. Mago. Done. And then, that weapon in your hand will make you stronger. Very realistic and efficient, don't you think? Now, you are much more powerful than you were a moment ago. This weapon is really that powerful, but it's just a stick. Give it a swing then. Yeah. And it creates an arc blast. Seriously? What the hell? She actually granted his wish? This is awesome. What the? Could you grant me my wish too? Mine too. No, that was only for the first one who spoke up. No, darn it. Since you all seem so disappointed, why not take a moment to think about what you're hoping for? Who knows? You might get lucky. Don't listen to her. She's a liar, who just wants to turn your hope into misery. That's a bit harsh, don't you think? I just demonstrated that I have the power to grant his wish. If you want to call me a liar, you'll have to come up with some solid evidence. Again, now that they see it's possible, all of their hope is going to be even higher. You little. Don't you ever get tired of toying with people? Look behind you, Urek. Even after everything you said, they're still closing their eyes and doing exactly as I told them. Stop it, all of you, stop. You're all doing great. Just keep thinking about your greatest desire for the next 5 minutes. And we have even Neo. Remember that. 5 minutes. Now you may enter. And we have the person from before too, that keeps coming back. Who the heck is that? And so it begins. Where am I? You. I recognize you. You're our savior, the Great Ark. And she has armor on her lower half? There was a girl with armor earlier, but I don't think it's the same person. You're our savior, the Great Ark. I'm not familiar with that name, but I am indeed your savior, little girl. And what is your name? I am John. I came here to see you, my lady. It's an honor to be in your presence, great savior. Well, let me hear it. What do you desire? I wish to be rid of this terrible scar on my back. It was given to me by those who thought I was a witch. I was born in a small village, and ever since I was a child, I could feel the presence of the great savior. I mean, obviously they're doing a Joan of Arc type thing, but it is questionable after introducing her and being like, ooh, so mysterious, to now just be throwing her in. This feels like a really awkward bit of timing. But the villagers called me a witch. They don't realize they're defiling your name. If you are truly my savior, then surely you can heal this scar and grant me the miracle of being able to forgive those villagers. I see. I understand. How pitiful. I shall grant your wish. Thank you, great savior. However, there is one condition for you to have what you desire. Pardon? You cannot see them, but there are those watching you from above. If every single one of them places your wish above their own, I shall grant it. Mago. However, if even a single one of them prioritizes their own wish, your scar will ignite in flames, burning you, until nothing remains but ash. That's the counter of your hope. What? I'm sorry, that's the only kind of salvation I can offer. Perhaps things would be different with the Ark you're speaking of. But please, are you really up there? You don't know me, and I don't know you, but please have mercy on my poor village. And she can't see them. Weird. The people of my village and I never knew any happiness growing up. But once the scar disappears, we can all escape the curse. I feel like that wouldn't happen. Like, hey guys, I don't have a scar now. Yeah, I don't think that changes your village. Please have mercy. Please. And then it ignites into flames. No. Please. Please. Mercy, please. Please save us. Please. And then mercy. But again, even if she's killed, will she not just come back again? Weird that she couldn't see them. Are we doing like a weird different dimension, different timeline type thing? A pity, but hardly surprising. It was inevitable. You all value your own desires more than the wish of a girl you just met, isn't that right? I've taken note of all your hopes and desires. Now you're past the prologue of this test. Leo? Yes, my lady. That was just the prologue, everyone. Now, the game begins. And they get warped. Okay, we see different groups. And then Jonah's there with the Gokujung group. Hey, you. And it's the guy from before. The guy from before now was with Berber and Team Urek. Whoa, what are you all doing here? We're here for the test, of course. Why are you still here? I thought you ran away. I'm not sure. I was running away, but all of a sudden I was here. Oh, right, because of Mago's powers, you don't go where you want to go. Testing, testing, my dear regulars. I will now explain the rules of the game. You've been divided into 3 teams, and each team has been assigned an ascetic. Those 3 ascetics are the only ones still alive. All the others have been killed by Lady Mago. Each ascetic will receive a gem. From now on you must work together with your ascetic. Looks like Rue's our ascetic. And Rue is with the Queen, Evelyn, and girl whose name I kept forgetting. To reach the castle and find the altar at its center. Once all the ascetics have placed their gems in the altar, the path to Lady Mago shall open. So all 3 teams have to make it. It's not a competition between them. They all have to make it as individuals. Okay. And I was just looking. I don't think these symbols mean anything. Some of them just look like random Japanese. Like that just looks like Hito, and that's like chi isn't small. This is just ri, like in katakana, or I guess hiragana looks similar, doesn't it? And then there was one. I mean, yeah, that looks more like small than like heart. And that just looks like E. That just looks like ha. So I don't think it actually says anything like we've seen before, where just like random runes and stuff have been used, or random Sanskrit's been used, and it doesn't always just actually mean anything. The path to Lady Mago shall open. Go there and kill Lady Mago to win the game. However, if even one ascetic dies or has their gem broken, you will fail the test. Good luck to all of you. So we have to really hope that Gogojung's team pulls it off, because the other 2 teams seem like they are in better shape in terms of personnel. Good luck to all of you. Well, sounds pretty easy. Let's message everyone with our pockets and get them together. Will do. Havelin is the shortening of the name they're going with. Keep an eye on your ascetic. Let's meet at the entrance of the castle. Yeah, I know. Stop it with the nickname, will you? It's not like we're friends. Hey Aru, your team's coming too, right? Of course. I guess they do have the princess. Okay. And I guess Jun might be their ascetic. So we have Team Gogojung with the princess. We need to work together to climb the tower. Let's get going then. So we have 4 or 5 people per team, including the ascetics. Hear me, my greedy little regulars. This voice, it's that strange woman. All of you only asked me to fulfill your own desires without a moment's hesitation, rather than bring that girl salvation. So you've been chosen, and I will give you another chance to claim what you desire. You shall forfeit this test and protect me instead. Okay, so everyone who wished for their own desire gets this message. And we're at least seeing... Interesting that it wasn't Aru, but we're at least seeing Gogojung, Neo, and Evelyn, so that's 1 person per team. There's a flower hidden deep within the castle's basement that can grant your wishes. Take the gems to the flower and shatter them in front of me. Then you will all fail the test. I will recover my power and return in full, and in time I will become queen of this tower. I feel like nobody should fall for this. Like, Evelyn should be smart enough to be like, yeah, that's not actually going to get me what I want. Same with Neo. It feels like they should be too smart for this. Gogojung is once again the only one dumb enough to maybe fall for it. If you stand with me, your wishes will come true as well. Neo, what's wrong? Nothing, let's go. I'll be waiting for you. My dear, greedy regulars. Again, I feel like Evelyn and Neo should be smart enough to not fall for this. The previous night, the cruise. Neo, take this gem and stab Urek with it during tomorrow's test. Pardon? She is awakened. Our wishes will come true soon. I know you also want to bring an end to what happened that day. Tomorrow, we end this curse. Again, I just don't think he'll do it, because I don't think this actually solves their problems. And Neo might be smart enough to tell that it doesn't actually solve their problems. Okay, well, what was the point of splitting them up? They're back together already. We could have just kept them together. They're all back together already. Hey, there you are. Urek. I'm glad you all made it here in one piece. It's strange how no one stopped us along the way. Maybe it's a trap. Who cares? Let's go inside. We won't achieve anything by standing out here. You sure got a lot braver after getting that new weapon. That's not true. I just love going first. Not so fast. All of you hand over your gems. Huh? What are you... And then, everyone except Seaweed Hair, go hide somewhere safe. We're going in there and putting an end to this fight once and for all. I'll face Mago alone. That's ridiculous. We're all in this test. Yeah, give me the gem. I am with Urek here. I like this. This is smart. You give me the gems, go hide, and I fight. This is smart. As much as he's wanted to play along with the tests, as much as he has so far, Mago is dangerous. Urek knows the dangers. And it's like, okay, get rid of any unnecessary elements. I am just going to go fight Mago. Yeah, give me the gem. But maybe this is going to be a lesson for Urek. Maybe he needs to not just stand on his own, but trust in his teammates. Because even if he fights Mago now, the way that Mago can sort of turn hope into despair, it might be hard for him to even fight Mago one-on-one. Just because she's so OP. And maybe he needs to rely on the help of his teammates, even though they're so much weaker than him. I'm not playing around. Okay, and we cut away. We've got Mago. We still haven't seen the reinforcements for the Kun family. Urek comes in alone. Okay, so, again... Well, I think it was good to present us with the threat, but why even bother? It's like, you could be greedy and take the gems down instead, but we immediately said, no, never mind, we're not doing that. We split them up, but then we immediately said, no, never mind, we're not doing that. Like, I'm fine with it, I'm having fun with the journey, but I do question why. Why bother splitting them up to immediately unsplit them up? It's kind of funny, I guess, to maybe be like, I'm giving you the 3 ascetics and the 3 gems and the 3 people who got the message. You know, we split them up for the simple purpose of undoing it because we want to include all of this stuff. I don't think it's bad necessarily. I just think it's kind of silly how quickly some of that was resolved. How quickly we were like, here's a problem, resolved. Here's a problem, resolved in like 2 minutes. So you already found the altar and placed the gems in it. As impatient as always, Urek. Of course I am. I don't have time for kids' games. Right now, I need to hurry up and kill you. Good. Keep your eyes on me, Urek, and give it your very best try. Perhaps you'll actually kill me this time. And it could still be a bit of conflict, because maybe they pull the jewels back out of, like, Gogojung or somebody pulls the jewels back out of the altar, and we have like a civil war and infighting among the team. Or the jewels get taken out, Urek's trapped in there fighting Mago, and the other test directors try to screw over the other regulars, but then the Kun family reinforcements arrive, and we have stuff with the Kun family reinforcements and Asa and the test directors, and maybe we handle all that and the regulars are just thrown into the mix, and Urek is trapped with Mago in the meantime before it all ends up colliding together. All of that, I think, sounds good. Again, maybe Urek can't beat Mago because of her OP powers and stuff, and like I said, he has to rely on his regular teammates, but not in the actual fight. Maybe he relies on them by one of his teammates, like maybe Neo is like, I die if the jewel is destroyed because I'm not supposed to be in this timeline, but he sacrifices himself to destroy the jewel or something. So Urek is saved by his teammates even though they're so much weaker than him because they destroy the gem, and maybe destroying the gem is the only way to stop Mago. So there is still a lot of ways that the conflict can go. And I say Neo specifically because with him, he has Leo saying, okay, stab Urek in the back. He has all this stuff that is going on with his character. So I feel like Neo is the most sus in terms of that. Rue again could die in some sort of way because of the whole hat thing, but at this point, maybe that's not this arc. Maybe that's not until later. Maybe Rue's safe for now. This is going to be shocking to say, but Rue is feeling kind of safe right now to me. What's going on with Jun in the long run of things? Like, her character's been handled weird. Her candle's been charactered. Her character's been handled weird. I don't know. Lots of things, lots of stuff going on. But I am very intrigued and very excited. And now I want to keep reading. I want to be caught up. But I also don't want to be caught up because I'll be stuck waiting every single week. I loved these, though. I thought these were good chapters. I had a lot of fun. I like the way the story's going. I'm bummed that we lost the sniper teammate and Bichon. But at the end of the day, I don't really care about Berber. He's just here. Blonde guy also is like, whatever. I'm whatever on him. Gogo Jung, just get him out of here already. Kick him out. If anybody turns on the rest of the team, he's the first one I'm expecting, unless we're doing something with Neo. I don't really expect Evelyn to turn like the others. There might be like this moment of hesitation where the other two turn for whatever reason, and she's like, you know what, I need to stick with my teammates, and that's a character moment for her in being willing to open herself up to friends. So there's a lot of things we can do with all of the plot elements going on. I really like the characters in the spinoff, I've been saying from the beginning. So we'll see. We'll see where it all goes. And we also still need to handle things with, like, Chungum and the test directors and stuff. So they've got to play a role. The Kun family's still got to play a role. So who knows? There's 5 more chapters officially that I haven't read. And then probably another dozen of the scans. So are we really going to do 17 more chapters of just the fighting here at the final test? Because we are basically at the final bits of fighting. Are we going to finish this up within the next 5 or so chapters and move to a new arc? If so, I'm excited to see what else we could get other than the floor of test. If the spinoff isn't just the floor of tests and we get more stuff after that, that's exciting. So yeah, I guess let's just see what happens. Please don't spoil me, obviously, but if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of these chapters, my first thoughts and reactions. Subscribe for more Tower of God, much more on the channel. If you want to help support the channel by sharing around or dropping a super thanks, it's really appreciated. If you want to help support the channel by becoming a member or patron, you get to help support the channel, get your name at the end of videos, and get One Piece bingo a bit early. Just hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much to people who are already members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan Holly and Bertie Booster. Thank you to Magical Girls, the D-Ban and Maru. Thank you to Cheriton student David Langstaff. Thank you to Slayer candidates SG and Stan Cedar. And thank you to Pure Elements, Pater Deal, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, for being here, for supporting. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time.